Well, hello there. Out getting another quick hike in on a Sunday morning after church service and before the rain moves in. So I'm down at the Chattahoochee River Loop doing a quick one. Going to get about 3 miles in, seeing a number of families out here hiking. So I'll be doing my videos in and around, not interfering with them. All right, I've gotten off some of the more beaten path down to something a little bit more natural right here alongside the Chattahoochee, running along next to me here. So far it's been a relatively flat trail. I know that gets into a little bit more terrain as I peel away from the river a little bit further up, but for a Sunday morning hike after a big hike yesterday, it's not so bad to have something a little bit tamer, just to keep the legs moving, but not be overly strenuous. So that's kind of what I'm looking for today. So this just hits the spot. I'm gonna keep moving along here as we get to a section where we get a little bit nicer view of the river, just calmly flowing along. And I will calmly continue hiking along. All right, well, I'm about halfway through. I've completed the stretch walking along the river, now doubling back and heading more inland. So a little bit more varied terrain and scenery. I will say that for anyone doing this trail in the near future, there are a number of areas where the indicated trail is closed for various maintenance work, whether they're doing natural restoration or some pipeline work, it looks like. So you are still able to get through and around on some side trails that run next to the closed off areas, but just be aware of that. Caught me off guard, but fortunately has not deviated me from my progress. So continuing on, and looks like I'm heading uphill a little bit away from the river. So I will catch you all further down the trail. All right, well, moving right along here. This second stretch of the trail has definitely had some more interesting features, some nice waterways, actually a fair number of water crossings, including, looks like I've got one here that I've got to get across to the trail over there. So far I haven't gotten wet. We'll see if my luck holds out. All right, I've come back out of the woods. I'm on the final approach back to the Hyde Farm parking lot area where I started from. Because of some of the deviations and side trails I had to loop around, looks like I'm getting a little over 3.5 miles. So a little bit extra distance, which is all good. And I'm finishing before the rain moves in. So happy about that. Nice Sunday morning hike. Thanks again for coming along with me, and we will see you on the next one. Well, hello there. Time again for another quick evening hike during the week. It's actually Friday, so it's the end of the week, but this week has not been cooperative. Haven't had a chance to get out midweek, and as a result, if you're following along on my tracking spreadsheet, yesterday was the first day that I dipped into the red on my progress versus the planned amount of mileage I need to be maintaining to hit the goal. Now, it was just a little bit, fraction of a mile under, but it's the first time red's showing on my spreadsheet, and not a fan of that. So I'm out here to get a quick start on the weekend, and this weekend's goal is going to be gaining back ground and getting back ahead of the game. So I'm out at Leita Thompson again. I'm gonna see if I can get 3 laps in, and we'll check in along the way. Still going along here. Thought I'd check in again. Well, January was a good month. I got off to a good start. I hit some big mileage days. I took advantage of weather opportunities and time, and I felt pretty good about my progress. February is going to be a whole nother challenge. Shorter month, still have the short days and lack of sunlight to deal with. Weather's going to be potentially more problematic with, winter cold still lingering on and spring storms starting to creep in. So all of that, plus, you got Valentine's weekend in there. Got to make time for my wife with that, which obviously takes priority over hiking, but has to be taken into consideration. So this weekend, like I said, I'm going to try and push a little bit more on distance to get ahead and try and compensate for some of the challenges to my progress that I see coming up before me. And we'll see how the progress on that front unfolds. Anyway, still moving along, about halfway through my second lap, racing the sun at this point to see if I'll have time to get a third lap in tonight. So I will get back to it and check in again. Well, hello. It's about halfway through the third lap. Looked like I had enough time. I finished the second lap with about 40 minutes till sunset, so feeling pretty good about being able to get this one done without having to pull the headlamp out. The temperatures are dropping. It's getting pretty chilly out. I had to switch to the puffy for this final lap. So not a whole lot more to say. Like I said, this weekend's going to be focused around, getting caught up and ahead of schedule again on my distance. So tomorrow, I'm likely looking at doing something up by Red Top Mountain again. Probably a repeat of the Iron Hill loop, along with, if I'm ambitious enough, the full extension up, walking up to the Homestead and Sweet Gum loop areas as well. Don't recall the exact path, but I've got it on all trails, and I think it runs about just over 12 miles. So I'm going to try and get that done and see how that impacts my progress. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close this one out, and we will see you again on the next one. Thanks again for coming along with me. Well, hello there. Good morning. It's a bright, clear Saturday morning out here in North Georgia, doing the trails up at Red Top Mountain today. Going to do the Sweet Gum, Homestead, and Iron Hill loops all contiguous. So looking to get about a little over 12 miles in today. So getting back on track with my distance and just enjoying the experience out here. It's a lovely day, and I'm looking forward to it. I will check in along the way and let you know if I see anything interesting. Well, continuing on, we're on the back half of the Homestead loop, continuing this gorgeous hike today. Haven't filmed as much because I'm actually enjoying the fact that I am out hiking with a friend of mine. And we've been having great conversation along the way, enjoying the sights and the experience. So that has been the objective of the day, along with the distance. And so the filming happens as it happens. I'm gonna continue on now, and we will see you on down the way. Well, hello again. We have completed the Homestead and Sweet Gum loops and the connector down to the Iron Hill. We have just started on our loop of the Iron Hill Trail. Got about 7 miles under us, maybe a little bit more, depending upon which app you're looking at to read your distance. But still being a great day out here. The weather is, as I've said a few times now, it's just great. Nice and cool enough that it's pleasant when you're building up some heat walking, and we've had some great conversation along the way. So I'm gonna get back to that and we'll check in again later. Well, we're continuing on the Iron Hill Loop, and I just want to take a minute here to let you take a bit of a look at the lake. Very peaceful today, nice and calm. Obviously we're still at wintertime water levels as they keep it drained, but yeah, it's been a good hike out here. Lots of friendly people, and we've been enjoying our time. Anyway, talk to y'all later. Well, we're nearing the end of the connecting trail on our way back to the parking lot, so I figured I'd go ahead and wrap this one up. It's been a wonderful day out hiking. I know the video today has probably been a little lackluster, but that wasn't my focus today. I was enjoying the trail out here with my friend, and both the trail and the companionship were wonderful. And I'm gonna take that and appreciate it, and you know, we'll have more interesting videos down the way. But for now, thanks again for coming along with me, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks. A bit of an added bonus, shortly after I recorded that closing video, we had this lovely red-tailed hawk come swooping across the trail in front of us and taking a roost off to our left. Well, we had to stop for a moment and appreciate his glory, and my friend was able to snag a wonderful picture that far surpassed mine, so I kindly borrowed it from her.